I believe so. We all here?
Yes.
I guess not. All right. Might as well keep her up on screen then.
Oh, okay.
McDohl was here, but now he's not here. Oh. Ah. Eh.
I like the part where I called Treble a goddamn millennial, and then he got really mad at me.
Okay. All right. I got it. Don't worry. Everything's fine.
Good.
I tripped over my cord and unplugged my microphone. I did not like that.
Sorry about that. I had some gastrointestinal distress.
Oh, so did my dog.
Are you okay?
Apparently a dead thing's out in the yard, and I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah. It's
You
what I
have,
hear.
you have to learn the hard way.
Alright, I'm back, though. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get rid of Elizabeth
All right.
for the second time.
All right. And according to my notes, Utu wants to talk with Shajar, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Because Cyrenix is still around, and I've gotta find some dirt on him. I just gotta.
Gotta find some dirt on him, huh? All right. You find Shajar outside, sitting at a table with her lady friends. They just seem to be casually socializing. And when she sees you approach, she dismisses everyone. They all take their leave. And she invites you to sit down.
And I will. A little impressed that she decided to stop all of her socializing just for little old me.
And how are you finding the festival so far, my dear Utu? She says.
Fabulous and most enjoyable. I've already paid my respects to your new blooded.
Yes, he is quite the specimen, isn't he?
Beefcake.
Utu nods.
We are very lucky to have him in our ranks, let me tell you. I'm just happy he decided to take us up on the offer. But seriously, my dear Utu, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I simply wish to know why you said at the outset that Baron Rios, that he asked for each of our attendants by name. I was wondering to what does Cyrenix owe this great honor?
And she gives a slight laugh at that, and she says, "Oh, my dear boy, you don't really think that Rios invited all of you by himself, do you? No, no, no. It's just a mere formality. I told him who to invite and why they should be invited.
Utu
But it
nods.
sounds
I
like
thought
you
that
want to
much.
know. Sounds like you want to know why I invited Cyrenix.
Utu nods.
Thing. Oh. She turns and she looks at you.
Mm.
And she says, You're trying to find out dirt on old Cyrenix, aren't you?
My lady is as beautiful as she is insightful.
Come on. That posh nonsense. You could take a style point for that. But yeah. Oh, what posh nonsense, she says, looking really flattered.
Mm-hmm. And Utu will say that I if I'm but the fact remains that I would like to know why our mutual friend Cyrenix has earned such a prestigious invite.
Make a I'm gonna say this is cunning. Make a cunning risk.
Okay. I want to invoke my aspect, the Lord's Ear,
Uh-huh.
uh,
Okay.
and to sweeten the pot a little bit. I will in that situation I will offer her um I will offer her several bottles of wine from the winery on my lands.
Uh
Okay.
okay. Is this just something you're promising her?
Yes.
Okay.
So you said cunning?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Are you
going
wagering
to
at all?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna wager 2.
All right.
Yep.
All right. You tell me.
So Utu will discover that Cyrenix's reason that he is here is he is chasing. He's chasing some sort of I'm trying to. He's chasing a. He's chasing a. Let's say here. He's chasing political favors from the Baron, or not the Baron, the Count and Countess
Mm-hmm.
for for um leads on a for leads on a new on a new set of ruins, on new some new ruins that were discovered for an artifact. And
Okay.
so he was invited for the Lord and Lady to set to see if he's worthy of such a heavy undertaking. And
Okay. Okay.
with my wager, Utu plants the seed that he is not up to snuff.
Okay, so I want to make sure I got this right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a set of ruins. It's in Foxlands.
Mm-hmm.
Cyrenix wants to. He wants to. He wants to explore these ruins
Yes.
and needs to get favor to do it because it's on Foxland.
Mm-hmm.
And
Utu is
Cyrenix is denied by Lady Shahjar in doing so. I got that right?
yeah.
All right. All right. You can have a style point for that. I really like that. All right.
All right.
And okay, yeah. All right. And she tells you this story about how she knew that Cyrenix was up to no good, and the best way to figure this kind of stuff out is just invite them and ask them directly. And sure enough, he was as direct as he could be about the fact that there were ruins that were on Fox's lands from the ancient sorcerer kings, and he wanted to make sure he wasn't treading on anyone's anyone's toes to explore these ruins. And of course, she wasn't going to stand for such a thing. How obnoxious! And she is particularly intrigued to find out that there are ruins on Fox lands, and she can't wait to start an exploration and go there.
And I will continue to make pleasant conversation with her.
All right. Aban, how's your pride doing?
It's not looking good. I've stormed off, and I'm looking for I'm looking for Rios. Because Rios is a man of action who will understand.
And Breezy.
Question.
Anyone else you want to make look like a fool? Yeah.
Does a Ven have to stand for himself in a duel, or can a Ven name a champion? This is something I didn't think about until now, but like, I guess a character with no strength. Like, how does a character with no strength even fight a duel?
Man alive. Let me check. I'm pretty sure you got to do it yourself, but
That's my understanding too, but it is John Wick, so.
it is John Wick, yeah. No, I feel like it has to be because if you're dueling the blood and I don't know.
I kind of feel like you were playing a puzzle game, like you were playing a puzzle game, and you do the designer. Okay, how would McDohl design this puzzle?
It's not the first John Wick game we played.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I'm.
I'm going to say, I wouldn't normally do this, but I think this is how it has to be, that a Ven can't name a champion because they're too proud to name a champion. They wouldn't want someone fighting in their place. They'd stand up for their own honor,
Fair enough.
their own pride.
So it's in my best interest to avoid this duel as much as possible.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna deal with the Abon. Is it a bun? Abon? A bunny? A bon? Okay.
Yeah. Because like I read that he's like they intentionally have no pronunciation guides for any of the names. I thought that was funny. Like
All right.
we have intentionally not have any.
Abon. We'll deal with the Abon situation later.
So, like, you're gonna walk up to him and tell him his name wrong?
No, I'm not walking up to you at all.
Oh.
Before my meeting with Rios later, I'm going to go to my private quarters, take my artifact bronze mirror. I'm going to spend a style point and take a rank 1 injury, which is my understanding that heals in 1 day.
Yeah. It's still blood wound, but
I know his public and family name because the event literally is him accepting this new name. To learn the tag, to learn the compel of, I don't know his aspects, but that's what I'm allowed to do with this rank 1 artifact mirror. Whispers, I can learn the tag or compel of one of his aspects.
Okay.
And I also don't know what form this injury takes.
I'll let you decide that. I'm assuming it's just because it's basic blood magic.
Oh my god. Okay.
What?
The rank 1 injury takes the form of a purple eye. Like I've been socked in the face.
Does it actually say that?
No,
Alright.
I'm just gonna say that if I get to pick.
Alright.
Because I can use
Alright.
that to my advantage too. I'm gonna win this game.
No. It's okay. If it doesn't actually say that, because it's blood magic, you have
Yeah.
to cut yourself. So you can't just give yourself a black eye.
I can give myself a cut on my face though, right?
You can.
Like high up on my cheek, underneath my eye. Like can I still make it look like somebody has punched my face? And like I gotta give me a cut under the eye?
How would that even happen?
I don't know, maybe he's wearing a ring or something.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I think-
then I will
I
cut
think you
my-
have to spill blood, and you got to spill enough blood to invoke the mirror.
the plan. If I was allowed to pick when Rio showed up, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, that kid I talked to, what was his name? A bun? He just took it too far and sucker punched me. But I will cut myself somewhere inconspicuous. Like, I imagine I've got track marks or something, like under an armpit, where I bleed myself out for this mirror.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I get to learn the compel of one of his aspects.
All right. Hell yeah. Hell. One of his ass. Yeah. First.
You're going kind of quiet.
Sorry, I'm pulling up his character. His compel. He has a compel. It says it is in his best interest to not stand up for Ven nobles.
Do I know what aspect that is for?
Does it say?
It says I get to learn the tag or compel of one of his aspects.
All right. The aspect is Salt of the Earth.
Salt of the earth. Oh, yeah, I can work with this. And yeah, my intention is to just... is our meeting before or after the midday meal?
After.
Okay, then it's my intention then to make an appearance at lunch, but then be back for my meeting with him
After
in the
lunch.
late afternoon.
All right. Aban, sorry. You wanted to find Rios. Did we lose Aban?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. Yeah, you wanted to find Rios, right?
Right.
And it doesn't take you long. He's sitting by himself, a glass of wine in one hand, and I guess a fistful of cheese in the other, and he's trying to awkwardly navigate the two of them. But he seems to be relieved that this is the first moment he's had where he's just not talking to him. And then you show up.
Aban will just sit down and pat him on the thing and not say anything and let him continue to eat his cheese. Just sit down in companionable silence.
And he eats the cheese, drinks the wine in silence, making his way through. And just as he's about to finish, he just goes, I don't know, man.
Well, I don't know a great many things, but what do you speak about?
This. And he opens his arms up a little bit and shows his clothes that are clearly too tight for him, and the wine in his hand kind of sloshes around a little bit.
He says,
So much pageantry.
And Aban shrugs his shoulder and says, yes, it is somewhat tiresome sometimes, but he goes, it can be quite amusing as well. And he kind of ruffles his cape that has the feathers on it.
Are you Batman?
The Birdman.
Birdman.
He says,
Harvey Birdman.
it lets us, it serves its own purpose and lets us do the things that we really enjoy to do. And like Aban reaches down and grabs his sword and kind of holds it in both hands.
What was your name again?
Aban,
Bon.
Aban
Right.
Thorn.
Right. Falcon. Okay. Sorry, there's so many houses, so many names to memorize. It just. Ugh.
It's fine. It gets easier with time.
Hi, Adrex. No, I'm just kidding.
Was Atrix a falcon?
Adrix was a dragon.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
don't know if you knew this.
Sorry.
So, I guess I invited you, huh?
And Aban bows and says, "At your service."
Yeah.
He goes, "You didn't," and Aban will go, "You didn't send out the invitations yourself."
No, but it's something about I had to invite people, but I didn't know who to invite, and people I wanted to invite weren't good enough for something, and I don't know. It's beyond me sometimes.
Aban crosses his arms and then like starts tapping, like he's got one arm sitting on the other and starts tapping his cheek, and he goes, and he says, "Well, I mean, for a, I'm trying to think of the correct term here, for a unveiling of, or for a, your first foray into society, I guess it could be worse, but." But at the same time, I really think you should possibly stand up for yourself a little more. You're one of the blooded now. Stand up and, invite the people that you want to invite. Do the things you want to do. Go to the places you want to go. That's one of the privileges of our lot in life.
I've been a blooded for 2 days, and it's been a lot of people telling me what I should be doing as a man.
Do what
Is this
you
all
want to
this
do.
is?
He goes, there is a lot of that, but at the same time, do what you want to do. Like, what are they going to do? Take away your venness? Prove them wrong.
You know what? And he stands up. I think you're right. I think it is about time I've started standing up for myself. Aban Thorn of the Falcon, right?
And he bows again and says, "Again, at your service."
Yeah, I like you. I like you.
He goes, and then Aban bows one more time, ever deeper, and says, he goes, "I think I too like you, sir."
Excellent. If you'll excuse me. And he doesn't wait for a reply as he wants.
Aban will nod his head and says, "It's a wonderful man," and go look for some of that cheese that he was eating.
Is anyone else doing anything before lunch?
No, sir.
No.
I mean, fighting cheese.
You're gonna fill up on cheese and not be able to eat lunch.
I know, right? So rude.
They're Ven. Come on. He will eat lunch and eat cheese. It's gonna be fine. Utu.
Yes.
Continuing to exchange pleasantries with Shajar. She suddenly looks around and goes, "Have you seen Henriel at all this morning?"
Only briefly. At the outset of the festivities.
She suddenly gets up. Feel big, my leaf.
By all means, lady.
In a few moments pass, more socialization goes on, and then you hear a scream. And everyone stops socializing. and another scream rings out.
Utu
And-
will
Go
follow
ahead.
the sound of the scream and try to follow it to its source.
And several flights up, their maids and the maids and the butlers are all crowding around Shajar. And she's in her bedroom, and it doesn't take long to realize that she's screaming at the side of a dead body, and the dead body is that of Count Henriel Tam.
Murder most foul.
Yes.
And everyone immediately crowds around, wanting to know what's going on. And Shajar is in hysterics. She can't believe what she's seen, and can't believe that Henriel is dead. And all of a sudden, the party is now taking a completely different turn.
Do I see the body? Like, how was he killed?
Make a wisdom risk.
I'm not gonna wager anything, but no.
No.
That's only an 8.
You're too far back. Can't see.
Yeah.
Can't tell. And the maids and the butlers are trying to push everyone back. They don't want to show what's happened, what's developed.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing a great job of it, but eventually they push everyone back, and the door closes, leaving Shajar and Henriel in their bedroom. What is everyone doing now?
This happened when? After lunch?
Just before lunch.
Just before lunch.
Before lunch. Just before lunch, the body of Count Henriel Tamil was discovered.
I seek out Utu.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll find... Yeah, Utu wouldn't be too difficult to find. Probably standing out on a balcony.
Bon, what are you up to?
Aban would try to get a look at the body. That
Alright.
seems like to be the most interesting thing that he could do. Get a look at the body and see if he could figure out what was going on with it.
And it's your turn to make a wisdom risk then.
Okay. And I'm going to ask for insight into the way of the sword to kind of identify any obvious injuries.
Okay.
Okay, so that's, you said insight. No, you said, what did you say kind of
Wisdom.
run? Wisdom.
Wisdom.
All right. And I'm not going to hold anything back. Okay.
You have privilege. How did he die?
Stabbed through the chest with a sword.
Just stabbed through the chest.
Right, yeah. Just like, but like a very large sword.
All right. Stabbed through the chest.
Like, it was like a frontal assault.
All right. What else are you up to before we cut to the
I
two
just standing there eating my cheese and drinking my wine.
images? Staying outside the door. All right.
Yep.
Rezi and Utu.
I just kind of comparing notes with Utu to make sure that he's up to, like he's up on current events, like he knows what happened, and then find out if he knows anything I don't.
Can probably tell you that I really can't tell you much. Only that that I was speaking with I was speaking with dang it, sorry, the Lady Shajar. I was speaking with her just before she discovered the body.
And I kind of glance to see if anybody's watching the two of us, if anybody's listening. Then lean in and whisper, "You didn't do it, did you?"
Of course not.
Okay, just making
Why,
sure.
I'm almost. If I didn't know you better, I would say you were trying to insult me. I mean, the late Count Henriel was a well-respected senator. I wouldn't end someone so powerful and influential like that.
And I wink at him.
Hmm.
I ask him if he knows how the Count was killed.
Not certain, but I do think I saw. I saw a Bond poking around, so he might know something.
Okay, find out what a Bond knows, then come tell me, because that kid hates my guts.
I can't imagine why. What did you do to him?
You know what it's like to be that age and perceive insults in every direction and feel like your honor is constantly being impugned and having to puff out your chest to prove yourself. It's a phase. He'll grow out of it.
Ah, the impetuousness of youth.
That's what I said!
Never mind, you actually did, insult me, but okay.
So yeah, well, I'm gonna wait for him to rap with Aban, and then... I mean, I'm still hopefully meeting with Rios. Like, that's... I'm still gonna do that after lunch. Are they still serving lunch?
Well, there's been a murder.
That's
so...
why I'm asking. I don't know.
Things have been kind of set into a tizzy, yeah.
Okay.
So, lunch is a little bit up in the air right now.
Okay.
So, who's smart for eating the cheese now?
Oh, you got me.
So Utu will find Aban and compare notes with him.
Right. Utu has found you out.
Aban is just still eating cheese. He's got like a little platter full. Like,
Whole platter.
They're
Young man.
definitely not serving lunch now, so we gotta fill up on the cheese.
I saw you search. I saw you looking around when the lady discovered her husband. It's so unpleasant.
indeed,
What did you see?
a dead body, my good man.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm just continue to eat cheese and drink wine.
2 years old man. What's this world come to?
Yes, I know. To be attacked in such a gruesome way, like only someone who would the man would trust could probably get that close and do it in such a way.
You mean it was with a weapon?
He goes, and Aban looks at Utu. He says, generally speaking, most murderers are performed with weapons,
Young man. Young man.
Sorry.
Oh, you sweet
Take a
spring
style
child.
point for that.
Oh, you springs. Oh, you sweet spring child. There are many, many, many ways to kill someone.
Yes, but sword will do it quicker than most.
And many don't leave marks. Or so. But if this was a blade, then
It
that's
was a very large blade too.
large.
the man had to be at least 8 feet tall.
No, Utu looks to Aban and has this really concerned look on his face. And then says, I need to go. He stands up and walks.
And Aban waves at him and continues to eat his cheese and drink his wine.
Has Rezi made any secret of the fact that he's has a private meeting with Rios?
I mean, it's a private meeting. So
Has he made any secret of it though?
my intention is only Rios knows about that. But I don't know
Okay,
what
then never
aspects or magic bullshit you have, so whatever you gotta do, man.
Let's see. Okay, never mind. That wouldn't really come into play here. How about Okay.
You okay?
I'll go back to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll go back to. I'll go back to Rezi and tell him what I know.
I ask him, given the nature of the wound. First of all, I ask him if he thinks Aban actually saw anything.
I mean, he was acting very nonchalant about the whole thing, but that's. I've heard any number of rumors, and I would trust Aban's word over any of the other, anyone else at this party, to be honest.
And that's an obvious insult. I demand satisfaction.
Mm.
Trust him over me. No. So these like peasants or the unblooded, are they biologically Ven? Like, do they have the same, like, they don't die naturally, they have the solace, etc.?
Yes, but they're property. So
Right.
they don't get the same kind of respect.
Gotcha. Is there more of a, I don't know, tradition is kind of maybe the wrong word. Is it more likely that the unblooded would kill each other than for the blooded men to do it?
Say that one more time.
Is murder more likely amongst unblooded men?
Unblooded. Make a wisdom risk.
Yeah,
I don't
buddy.
know.
All my dice vanished, but that's okay. I can get more.
Wasn't me.
I don't know anything about unblooded men.
Murder's murder. Like,
Murder's
they don't
murder.
want to do it if they can avoid it.
Okay. I ask him if he thinks that Rios might have done this. A man of that size could handle a sword of that nature.
Utu nods and says it's certainly possible, but I wouldn't want to, obviously I wouldn't want to voice such opinions, openly. Not without some hard evidence.
Who would conduct an investigation in this situation? Or would anybody? I don't know what the protocol is here.
Make a wisdom risk.
That's
On the
10.
money. You tell me. Who should do this investigation?
So, the protocol in this situation is the Countess would be the one who makes an accusation. And then the burden of proof is on the accused to show that he did not commit the murder.
All right.
That's
I
how
like it.
this is going to play out.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I need to write that down. Countess is going to make an accusation. And it is up to the accused to prove innocence. All right. Excellent. Aban,
Yes.
are you still eating cheese in front of the door?
I'm kind of loitering around at this point,
Okay.
just kind of seeing who comes and goes. Specifically, I'm looking for Count Rios to see if, to see what he, this is his party after all.
Right.
Anyway.
And it doesn't take you long to find him because he is actually looking for you. He says, "Do you think we can talk for a moment?"
Of course, and Aban will place his cheese. Well, actually, he'll offer some cheese to Rios first.
Thank you, but I can't eat right now.
Okay, and I will place it down and then motion for him to lead the way and ruffle my feather capes. Cape feathers? Cape feathers.
And he escorts you into a room, and he sees Rezi and Utu in the room, and he looks at the two of you, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was occupied." Whatever. I just, and he closes the door behind him, ushering Aban in.
Aban will say that gentleman that was speaking with my good friend Utu, you should do well to be wary of him. He is a snake.
I'm not. I'm a fox, but
Like he's an unjust. Well, hold on. He's a poo-poo head. I can't think of like a good flashy way to say that.
Sorry. He's a poo-poo head, huh?
He's untrustworthy and
There you go.
yeah.
I shrug. I've been called worse.
I'm sure these are fun games you guys play amongst each other, but we kind of have a problem right now.
Well,
Do we?
seems to me the Countess has a problem right now.
Well, yes, the Countess has a problem, and by such, I have a problem, and you are a fox. You have a problem too, and you are a fox as well, as he points to Utu. And this is a house problem. Our count has been murdered.
And I appraise Rios on what will happen next. The Countess will make an accusation. She'll, find out who committed the murder, and then that man will have a chance to prove his innocence. And if he is unable to do so, what's the penalty for death? For murder?
More death.
Oh, yeah, well...
The punishment fits the crime, Utu says.
Also, I'm a not a snake. I'm a not a fox. I'm a falcon.
Yeah, who's talking to me?
Yeah, he's talking to Utu and Rezi.
We're both foxes.
Yeah. Yes, I am well aware that the Countess is going to make an accusation, and I'm afraid she's going to point the finger at me.
I ask if he did it.
Did you?
I did not do it.
Then clearly he is innocent, and the gods will see that through. If he's an innocent man, he has nothing to fear.
How are you so confident of that?
So I'm gonna explain this to him like it's how it works. It's what's true. It's like I don't understand what he means by the question. I of course do understand what he means by the question, but I'm going to try to play this up as like his ignorance of Ven culture and society.
Aban is looking at you like you're the scum of the earth. And he's going to look at Rios and say, "Please do not listen to this man. He is a fool and a braggart. And he clearly does not have your best interest at heart."
You say that, but and he looks at Rezi.
Mm-hmm.
We are of the same house, and it is my understanding that this does not happen.
Normally, no, it doesn't. Do you know where were you when this transpired?
I got up in the morning, I got ready for my presentation, and then I was presented, and then I was talking to people the whole time.
So, did this happen before or after his conversation with me?
Well, according to what he's saying, he's been in the public eye the whole time, and that if he has really, if the murder did take place in the morning, there's no way he could do it. That is what he's asserting.
Here's what I do not understand the contradiction, because why would a freshly blooded murder he who sponsored his own ascension?
He wouldn't. There'd be absolutely no reason to do that. Unthinkable. And I pat Rios on the back. Says, "We support your innocence 100%, my good man. You can count on
Then
us."
why do you fear that the Countess would accuse you?